the Dog House.
Stewart Media and Entertainment presents the Two Live Stews Experience. This right here, this ain't your ordinary-ish.
Two Live Stews Experience, Ryan Stewart, Doug Stewart. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yes, we are back. What up to the Q's?
Do not let anyone confuse you. The Two Live Stews started this shit. The Two Live Stews Experience, shouty. If you're not stewing, what the hell are you doing? Good morning. Big ass head, big ass head Ryan t-shirt. I love that. And Tree, put that back up one more time. I mean, that's, God, this is so accurate. This is so anatomically correct. The proportion of head to nose to lips to jawline. Yes. Hey, good morning, everybody.
I can get all of that. Sibling rivalry gone south.
Hey, man. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Two Live Stews Experience. Doug Stewart, my man Jeff Fox filling in for Ryan one more time. Good morning to everybody in the chat room. Griff, Eddie Jewell, Loose Neck, Truck D, Adrian Williams. Thank y'all for tuning into the show. Jeff, how you feel this morning, baby?
I feel, rather stupendous. I feel good. Good, man.
That's a great word. Word. You're not used to doing this, getting up this early, are you?
I used to hate it when we were getting paid really well to do it. I would have to fill in for Joe Rose or those guys in the mornings, and I hated it. But the best thing about it, though, Doug, was after you did the morning show, the rest of the day was yours.
Okay, so you know what? That's a good opportunity to do two things. One, to promote your show, which we neglected to do the other day when you filled in. Tell everybody watching the show right now, whether it's live or replay, tell them when and where they can catch the Jeff Fox Show.
The Jeff Fox Show is Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. on the Jeff Fox Show live YouTube channel and on the Remix Sports Media YouTube channel as well. And, something we're grinding, man. We're working on it. Check out the website, Remix Sports Media, where I also host the Miami Man Cave. Now, that's a good show. Mm-hmm. We have a great Miami Man Cave show. We've had everybody from DJ Khaled to Uncle Luke to Udonis Haslam, anything Miami, Miami centric is on our show.
Okay.
And we have rappers and, folks like that.
You've ever interviewed Uncle Luke? I'm sure you have.
Yeah. Originally the Miami Man Cave was supposed to be me and Luke. But Luke's a weird guy, man. Like we chopped it up about actually doing the show. He was excited. The day we shot the initial episode, he was there. Trick Daddy was there. Brian McKinney was there. I'm thinking, man, I'm about to be rich, and then the next day he doesn't come to the set, and I think he just didn't like my business partner. I don't know. I don't really know what happened, but we're still cool.
My daughters used to wear, or my youngest daughter in track, they used to wear a T-shirt that says, "Everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do."
Yeah.
And my point in saying that, and that's not exactly how the saying goes. It's actually a national saying. I've heard it with other things, but that saying basically is saying, yeah, it sounds good until you start doing it.
Yeah.
Until you get in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? This takes a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
I mean, 80% of the work is hearing the alarm go off at 5 a.m. and knowing you're really not getting paid for it right now, but having the vision to keep pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Luke probably was like, shit, damn, they're doing a lot.
Well, the thing is,
I got all these royalties coming in, hell with that,
He's doing his own show right now, periodically. He just likes to talk.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And he's been on this soapbox about his 40 years in hip hop and not getting recognized for it. So
I think we do recognize him though.
Yeah, this show does. And
Right. Okay.
I think Miami kind of underappreciates him a little bit, and he really resents that. I think we're very open arms when it comes to P. Diddy and Fat Joe and all these New York celebrities when they come down here. Luke has a problem with all the radio stations and everybody else just being open arms when it comes to everybody else, but not appreciating our own.
So he feels like, and you're watching the Two Live Stews experience, he feels like the Rodney Dangerfield of hip hop, of rap.
Pretty much, he's been on a rampage lately. Like,
wow.
He's been talking about it for about a week. And I was going to jump on his live with him. And we talked about it. And I told him, man, yeah, you need to get your flowers, man. I would campaign for him to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Let me think. Now that I think about it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Now that I think about it, I'm trying to think, was Georgia before Miami? Was Atlanta before Miami as far as the second region to embrace and make a name in hip hop? It's either Miami or Atlanta. And
I think it's at Atlanta because if you remember the 94 Source Awards, that was the first time the whole country got to experience Outkast.
Right. And that's when Outkast came, Andre was on stage. The South got something to say. The famous South got something to say line. Okay.
And they ain't had it since.
Yeah. And Uncle Luke, though, I mean, Two Live Crew. So I was in college from 88 to 92. So you talking 90, 91, that don't stop, get it. I mean, then you had those boys Scrub the Ground. Who's the Scrub the Ground guys?
I don't know. I don't remember who sings that song.
Round and go. Yeah. Round and go. Let me hear you say scrub. The cats dropped it.
I heard that up there. Like, yeah, that's an iconic Miami hit. Like, there's tons of them.
Oh, yeah, tons of them. And the other thing I wanted to throw out for the listeners watching the show is give a little synopsis of your history in the sports talk game genre. Like give the I don't think people understand because we've never really talked about it since we've been having you come on and fill in for Ryan. But give your background and the depths of your background in sports talk radio.
Well, we started off on 1040 AM where Joy Reid used to work at. Remember Joy Reid from MSNBC? Yeah,
absolutely.
She worked there, and then the Sports Brothers started there. Myself and Ed Freeman. And then eventually we kept hounding 790 The Ticket, started over there. You know, they gave us a weekend shift and it took off. Like they were initially scared to hire us because we weren't athletes. We were black, you know, and they would come in. Dan Lebitard worked there, George Sedano, who you see on the NBA sidelines. Like everybody made it to ESPN except us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, you know, I covered the big three, and that's where I initially met Jason Whitlock, became friends with him, Windhorse and all those guys, the ESPN guys, because ESPN owned us, 790. And then eventually we got bought by Lincoln Financial, where we got the same paychecks.
Right.
And you know, we had our impact here. We were number one for many years.
Right.
You know, we beat Michael Irvin, who was hired by QAM.
Where'd the inspiration come from to do talk radio, sports talk radio?
Be honest, you guys.
I mean, thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, honest, man. The Two Live Stews made me say to myself because they used to play.
So how'd you hear our show? Was it like satellite radio? Was it XM radio, or how'd you hear the show? Because back then there wasn't this internet presence in 2001 like we have now, where you see all these different shows online, on social media. So how'd you see our show? Where'd you see us at?
Well, the station I was working for, they played you guys on tape delay. Okay. So whenever you guys would come on early in the day, they played it back. I think at 7.
Wow. You know, and what year is this?
This is early 2000s. Early 2000s.
Yeah. So the first year of our show was 2001.
Yeah.
So it had to be sometime, after that.
Yeah.
Because
Kathy Hughes on the station.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, man, good stuff. And you guys were hot at one time. Just like we were hot at one time. And a lot of people don't understand. And we're actually doing a book right now. When I say doing it, like we're in it. We're like in the 12th chapter. Okay.
Yeah.
And this thing is going to happen in 2025. It's going to be released. It's going to come out in 2025. People don't understand. You just talked about it a little bit. People don't understand the politics in this business, especially when you're talking AM radio during the time in which we came about. Like, you got to remember, there was no all black talk show, I think, on AM radio, period.
Yep.
Much less the genre of sports talk radio, where you had black guys on the air, talking about sports. So every city, just think of it like this. Every city in this country, and they talked about this in the Sports Illustrated article they did on us, every city in the country probably has at least one sports talk station. Some cities have two. Like in Atlanta, we had two for the longest time. We had 680 The Fan, and then we had 790, which we were on. But until Sports Illustrated said that we were the first all-black sports talk show in America. Like, there had been one, and then the guy that ran point was a white guy.
Right.
And there were very few of them, but there was not on record any show in America with two black sports talk hosts. And now, you guys came along probably directly after us. You just talked about it. And then now you have what you see online. Now you have Wallow and so, and you have Mace and Cam, and now you have it's a different platform, but I think that we were kind of like inspiration for a lot of what you see now online.
Absolutely. And I think about it, man, and it just, it fills me up with pride, man, because I looked up to you guys, and we wanted to bring that excitement, and we did. The program director told us, and they picked us over Max Kellerman. It was down to us and Max Kellerman from ESPN, and they chose us.
And you're watching the Two Live Stews experience. Yeah,
and we won, man, and we delivered. I remember meeting you guys on Radio Row at the Super Bowl. I don't know if you remember that. But
absolutely, yeah. I don't remember which Super Bowl.
It was down here in Fort Lauderdale. I think it was the Saints and the Colts.
God, you got a good memory. I would never remember anything like that.
Yeah, that was the first time I met the Stews, man. It was, and you guys were loud as shit. Like,
oh yeah.
I was loud, and everybody was like when you guys came on, and then you could see the people around there, like other radio shows. They weren't used to it.
Yeah, right. A lot of them, they totally resented our style. So what Jeff was talking about is, how we used to start the show. Well, people watching know how we used to start the show. You're in the door. Yeah. And in the middle of Radio Row, literally 200 different radio stations, each have a table in this big conference center. And, it's 200 different radio stations, 200 different shows, everybody doing their show. And then in the middle, we're in the dog. And then everybody in the building stopped. We were just doing what we did. And man, a lot of them jokers, they resented us from the minute. How dare they come in here and disrupt the normal occurrence of the Super Bowl Radio Row thingy? Nah, damn you and how it used to be done. We here, baby.
Yeah.
We here.
Damn that goddamn door. And you know what else happened? What's his name from the NFL? The Players Association guy. The president of the Players Association.
I'm not sure because they changed. They voted in.
Yeah, he was there. It was a black guy. His name will come.
I know what you're talking about.
He was there.
Right.
He was there.
Uh-huh.
And he had just did Levitard, and then he wanted to do our show, and then after the show, he wanted to hang out with us.
Right.
Now, nobody knew who we were, but you know what that was about. You know,
Right.
so it had its benefits being a black radio host,
Right.
because he immediately wanted to hang out with us.
Right.
And Andre Dawson, who was with the Marlins, the Hawk, he wanted to hang out with us. Like, we became popular because we were different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that worked for us. DeMaurice, that's his name.
Yeah.
DeMaurice, yeah.
DeMaurice Smith.
Yeah, I couldn't believe he wanted to hang out with us. Like, you want to hang out with us?
Well, and listen, man, I'm telling you, a lot of after the first time we were on Radio Row, and we went to the Super Bowl probably 10 years in a row. Maybe not 10 years, maybe 8 or 9 years in a row. And when and listen, this isn't, I mean, you can quantify a lot of times stuff I say as bragging, but it's not bragging. It's just so y'all ninjas don't forget.
Yeah.
Okay. We had lines of athletes that wanted to come on our show. Like the way it works is you send your producer out because the athletes, they come to it wanting to basically spread their brand, for lack of a better way to put it. And we had a line of athletes, big time athletes, that wanted to come and do our show because we were the only one in Radio Row, and you guys subsequently, that looked and talked like we did. And so would you want to go on some lame show from Boise, Idaho? or do you want to come on the Stews?
Yeah.
It was very simple. And a lot of people resented it as part of the reason why we probably, have had such a difficult time getting back in it. But there's a lot of this story that's so political you would not understand. Ultimately, what happened on why, or what was the reason they gave for why they took you guys off? In a nutshell, you don't have to get into details. Go ahead.
Contracts, man. ESPN sold it to who bought it? Lincoln Financial. And then the program, the station GM was let go, and whoever the new guy was, he wanted to cut the budget. And he came in like Elon Musk, just slashing everywhere. And we got caught up in the numbers game, man.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to go to QAM, and they had that damn non-compete.
The non-compete. The non-compete. The non-compete is a mechanism that they use to cool your ass off.
Yeah.
Because in radio, people forget fast.
Yeah.
A lot of times, or most of the time, 98% of the time in radio, when you get fired, there's a mandate for nobody else to even mention your name. Like, it's like you never existed. Like, none of the other shows are to bring you up. No producer's supposed to talk about you, anything like that. And 6 months and nobody hearing your name is a lot. It's a lot.
Over.
Yeah.
Starting over.
And so that non-compete, man, where basically you can't interview or go work for another radio station for a certain amount of time. And I think ours was like 8 months. Like,
ours was 6.
Yeah, like maybe 6. It might have been 6, but that's a long time in radio because it's like out of sight, out of mind.
Yep.
If they don't see you, if they don't hear you, it's over a period of time, it's like you never existed. Hey, Jeff, when we get back from the break, man, we got a couple of things I want to talk about. Speaking of the NFL, I want to get into this push-tush thing again, or tush-push thing again a little bit. We got a bunch of little stories, a lot of little stuff we're going to get into. Arlie coming up with the Arlie Report a little bit later. The last 48. We got a ton of stuff, a ton of fun stuff we're going to get into. Don't go away. 2 Live Stews Experience. Top 5. Yeah.
Are you tired of workouts that leave you feeling drained? Do you want to push your limits without compromising your health? Introducing NPE, the ultimate pre-workout powerhouse. NPE is packed with natural plant-based ingredients that fuel your body and mind. We're talking about sustained energy, enhanced focus, and accelerated recovery. All this while giving your immune system a powerful boost. But NPE doesn't stop there. It also stimulates circulation, enhancing blood flow throughout your body. And it doesn't just improve your workout performance, it also boosts fertility and sexual drive in both men and women. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting your fitness journey, NPE is here to help you reach new heights. Don't settle for sluggish workouts. Unleash your inner athlete with NPE. That's natural performance energy. This is not your ordinary pre-workout supplement. Our clients will tell you NPE also stands for natural power, peak performance. Every
Hey, welcome back to the show, Doug Stewart, Jeff Fox, my man.
Yes, sir.
From the bottom land, Miami, Florida. Jeff, we just saw a clip returning from the break of some of Wilt Chamberlain's greatest highlights. The last show that we did, you brought up Kareem in one of the conversations that we were having, one of the comparison thingies that we do. And I told you that I've seen video of Wilt blocking Kareem's shot. You just saw it. Like twice you saw it in that video. And
First time ever.
First time ever.
Yeah. I didn't think that ever happened. You said you saw it, but I was like, yeah, right.
Yeah, that's like the Zapruder film. That's like the video of Bigfoot, but it's actually real. And I don't think see that's the problem with this sports talk game is young people, they don't have perspective. It's almost like this argument that I make in hip hop, and you're watching the 2 Live Stews Experience. Like when you're rating rappers, when you're rating artists, I feel like that you need to be old enough to remember them from the beginning, like rap from the beginning, and continue to listen to hip hop and rap all the way through so you can compare. Somebody that's 20 years old, they don't have perspective of the guys that did it in the beginning. So how could you say Kendrick Lamar is the greatest rapper of all time? So it's kind of the same thing with this comparison that we talk about the GOAT in the NBA. Man, these guys are talk about, the players today, but they have no perspective of how good these players were back in the day. You feel me?
It's interesting that you draw that hip hop comparison to it. And that's what's unique about us doing sports talk radio. Like, because we have a different perspective across the board. You know what I'm saying? Across the board. And I'll bring up something else, not related to this topic. It involves Michael Vick. We'll talk about it later on. But to answer your question, I think that's great. That's a great comparison.
Yeah.
Because you got to be old enough to remember.
You got to be old enough to remember. Exactly. And we're going to move on, and I want to get into this tush push and your thoughts about it. But I talked about how political sports talk radio is.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine being the only one doing it this type of way and talking about these types of issues and supporting these types of issues and having a viewpoint of this certain thing, and you're the only one in the entire country doing it.
Yep.
Okay, so once again, each city probably has one show, one station. Some cities have 2 stations. Imagine that played out across every major city in the country, and everybody's very conservative on every topic they talk about, for the most part.
Yeah.
Except for one entity. So that's every day we got pushback, and after we complete a show and we'd walk out of the studio, we get these glaring eyes from the next host coming up, or or other producers like, how dare you say something like, and if they could say it, if their face could talk, it would be, I can't believe you said that on radio. I can't believe you're supporting this. I can't believe you're supporting that, because we were the only one, and 98% of the opinions of the rest of sports talk in general felt this type of way, felt a very conservative way.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh
It,
yeah.
it's like the unwritten rules in baseball. Like Jazz Chisholm being here in Miami, he was just being who he is.
Right.
Flashy black athlete, Ricky Henderson. That's us. That's who we are.
Nah.
Everybody doesn't score a touchdown like Barry Sanders and then go ahead and give the ball to the ref. We don't do that. We like to dance.
Right.
In Miami, thrust our pelvises. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what we do.
A lot of like these young kids say, a lot of pressure. It's pressure.
Yeah.
It's pressure all the time. Jeff, I'm sure you've heard what's going on with this tush push thing.
Yeah.
And people that don't know what the tush push is, the Eagles made it popular. Well, basically, you're on the 1 yard line, 1 or 2 yard line, and you get in this power formation, and the running backs push you in the end zone. In effect, you push yourself, you push forward to try to get in the end zone as a quarterback, but you also get some push from the running backs and the tight ends or whoever's in the game and pushing you over to the end zone. Okay, put that meme up, Tree. And this is what I posted a couple of days ago. Jalen Hurts squats 500 pounds, worked his whole life. Yeah, it's actually 600 pounds. I don't want to short the brother 100 pounds on his squats. He worked his whole life to do it. Now the colonizers say it's unfair because the pocket passer quarterbacks are weak and fragile and can't. That bullshit. So this was my opinion about what's going on. Literally, if you see the numbers, and we should have posted the numbers. There's comparisons out there. Like the Eagles have successfully executed the tush push play, I don't know, like 150 times. The next closest is maybe the Buffalo Bills and only 20 times. Yep. And then the numbers go lower and lower and lower for that. I just think, you tell me what you think, I just think it's bullshit. And they're trying to take away something that God bestowed upon Jalen Hurts, that strength and that power in the weight room, and they're trying to hurt him because of, in effect, the style of football that they play, the execution of plays that they run that aren't traditional, and I just think it's a lot of hate. In the long story short,
I'm just glad the Raiders didn't bring it up. The Green Bay Packers brought it up, and I just think that it's like, quite, that ain't fair. You remember being in the playground? That ain't fair. It ain't fair. They can't stop it.
Right.
Belichick said if you didn't like us scoring 50 points a game, stop us. We're gonna pile up points even if we're up 50-0 with 2 minutes left. Remember that?
Absolutely.
Like, stop them. Stop them. You don't like it, stop them.
Yeah.
And they can't stop the Eagles. And that's crying sour grapes, man.
That's crying sour grapes. I can almost make a comparison to what's going on with this integration thing right now. It's not that people have a problem. I don't think it's that people have a problem with integration or the the fact of deportation of people that aren't have gone through the process for citizenship in this country. I just think that when you circumvent the Constitution and circumvent the laws of this country because of your political views, you want to get rid of all these brown and black people from this country without going through the process. I think what you're doing is setting up bad things going forward. It's like, so we took shortcuts in the process in deportation, so we're just going to get rid of these guys and not go through the normal process. So later on, what's to say they can't do that with any other thing that they don't like? Even though it's against the Constitution. So it's almost like if they get rid of this tush push thing, then what else can they do? They can get rid of anything else they want. They can get rid of quarterbacks running more than 10 times a game. They can get rid of quarterbacks, getting in a particular formation, a strong wishbone formation, or whatever the case may be. I just think that it sets a bad precedent if you get rid of the tush push just because they do it better than you do or anybody else in the league does.
Yeah. And here's why it's bullshit, Doug, because they said players get hurt. Well, they don't have the documentation of when and how many or where it occurred. It didn't happen.
They're literally saying, and you're watching the 2 Ops 2's experience, the main argument is that it leads to injury. They have no data at all to say that. They're just saying that just because they don't have anything else to say.
Yeah.
They're saying that because literally there's no data, there's no evidence that guys get injured in this tush push play.
Yeah, I love it. I really do. I wish my team would adopt it. Like, that's a guaranteed first down. 3rd and 1.
If you have a problem stopping it, if you have a problem with the play, stop it.
Yeah,
it's really that simple. And so they've tabled that. The NFL has tabled it in these owners' meetings in the league. So we're going to see how that turns out. One other thing I wanted to mention too is that the NFL is talking about flag football. Serena Williams, Ice Cube, and others in talks with the NFL for potential pro-women's flag football league report. Last night, we did the Joe Hamilton show. If you haven't seen it, if you missed it, go back and check it out. Joe Hamilton, College Football Hall of Famer, former Georgia Tech quarterback, played a couple of years in the NFL. And he brought up that his daughter is really interested in asking a lot of questions and sounds like she wants to play football. And there's been this big push and this initiative for the NFL to become involved with flag football for women. What are your thoughts? Is there any conversation, any talk down there in South Florida about women in college and in flag football?
There's some leagues down here. There was a Miami league, but it wasn't flag. It was tackle, and they were playing in like in swimsuits or like some sexy stuff. But they played actual tackle football. There was a league down here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know too much about it, but I remember being contacted about checking them out. There was a Miami team. Don't remember the exact name of it, but it's something that's been dabbled into by folks down here. It is what it is.
That's one of those things I can see happening. And when I say see happening, I mean it's going to become a big thing. Like I remember when, the WNBA started.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big story. And now you see that it's still here, so many years later. Same thing with women's football. It's going to be the norm.
Yeah.
In 5 years, it's going to be the norm. Women love football.
Yeah.
My mother loves football. My mother probably had been to more football games than the average guy.
Yeah.
When you're talking about little league games and high school games and college games. Ryan played in the league a couple of years. My mother knows more about football. She'll call and ask me something, or not ask me, and get into a football conversation with me.
Yeah.
And I don't even think she realizes. I don't even think she realizes it. But yeah. So I can definitely see this being an everyday, big time, normal story going on in our country with sports.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be exciting. It'll bring more women to the game for sure. And I'd love to see them get paid for it. Like that would be dope.
That would be very dope. That would be very dope. I would love to see Joe Hamilton's daughter playing quarterback for said Atlanta college football, because they're talking, a big aspect of it is having these teams in college. Yeah. That would be incredible to see Joe's daughter be the quarterback of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets women's football team. That would be incredible to see.
That'd be wild for real.
Yeah, you're watching the Two Live Stews Experience. Doug Stewart, my man Jeff Fox, filling in for Ryan Stewart today. Ryan is out. We'll be back this coming Monday. He's on daddy duty. Jeff, what's up?
I think it's the Lingerie Football League. That's the league that was down here.
I love the Lingerie Football League. The problem with the Lingerie Football, I remember talking about this on the Doug Stewart Show many, many years ago.
Yeah.
And because of political correctness, I don't think it's kicked off to the level that I think it should be at.
Yeah.
I think it's an ingenious idea. Look up the Lingerie Football League if you've never seen it before. And literally these women are in their drawers playing football.
Yeah. And guys love it.
There's no other way to say it. They are in their drawers playing football. Genius to me. Now, because of this political society and political climate that we're in, a lot of people talk down on it. That's not, you're exploiting so-and-so. These women want to be exploited. And evidently, if they want to be exploited, let them exploit themselves.
Why not?
To the benefit of everybody else. I don't know. I thought it was a genius idea. And I think are they still in business? Tree, do a quick little search. Are they still in business? I've seen the lingerie basketball league as well.
They have a lingerie basketball league?
I've seen that as well.
Mm.
I've seen that as well. So I have no problem with it at all. If you want to get in your drawers and play sports, who am I to tell you can't do it?
The way you put it, man.
I'm serious. Who are we to tell these women what they can do and what they can't do with their dress, with their clothes, with their style? Their style is naked, half naked, lingerie, drawers, bras, boobies. That's their flavor. Let them do it and play basketball at the same time. You killing two birds with one stone. You letting these women, be who they want to be, and then you're getting a nice basketball game as a result as well.
I'm in tears, man. Like, for real, we gotta stop it.
Yeah, I have no problem with it at all. You're watching the Two Live Stews Experience. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, Stewart Media and Entertainment. No, the Lingerie Football League is not currently operating. Damn it. Shit. It ceased operations after the 2019 season and was rebranded as the Extreme Football League 026. What's 026 mean, Tree? You know? I don't know what that means. Yeah, several people commenting now, and the Lingerie League is out of business. I actually remembered when I did the Doug Stewart Show, this was probably 2015, before the league went out of business, evidently, that I stumbled upon this thing, I think, on social media, the Lingerie League. And I did like a whole show on it. Like, I mean, whoever this guy is, whoever the person is that came up with this, he needs to run the country. He needs to be the next president. I don't know who the guy is, but that guy is a genius.
Yeah.
The Extreme Football League, which has played one season in 2022, is scheduled to return in 2026. So it looks like there was two different leagues. One league went away in 2019 or 2022, and another one came back in 2025 or something like that. It's a bunch of different dates mixed in there. Hey, come on. Do you think ratings? Oh boy, I shouldn't say this because a lot of people's for use of a pun, a lot of people gonna get their panties in a twist.
Early,
you see that? And a lot of people gonna get their panties in a twist when I say that.
Oh boy,
how much better? I shouldn't say this.
Yeah, don't do it.
No, I'm serious when I say this. Don't laugh when I say this. Don't think that I'm trying to take a shot. How much better would the ratings be in the WNBA if they wore draws throughout the games? If they wore their panties. They wore panty sets, top and bottom. How much better would the ratings be? Would the ratings be better or worse?
Well, there aren't enough of what's the name of the gorgeous chick that Lil Wayne was after? Skylar Diggins. There aren't enough Skylar Diggins in the WNBA. You know, a lot. She's fine,
right?
And Maya Moore was fine, but there aren't enough fine, gorgeous.
After second thought.
Yeah, you don't want to see some of those players.
And Brittany Griner is now a member of the.
I told you don't do it. Man.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to see Brittany in a two-piece running up and down the court. Love her. Shouts out to Brittany Griner. Yeah.
Yeah, the chick from LSU now, we could see her.
Yeah.
Angel Reese.
All right, yes, definitely, absolutely. The Arley Wood Report coming up next. Don't go away. Two Live Stews Experience.
Too early for this.
You're in the dark. Pow! Dogs and poodles. It's the Two Live Stews, and we're back. Our debate that started us on radio was the effectiveness of the option, idiot.
You call your brother idiot? I never call you
A
an idiot.
dummy. What you did is called hijack the show. I'm done. Doug Stewart and Ryan Stewart streaming live Monday and Thursday at 7 a.m.
That's the number 2 live stews, youtube.com. 2 live stews, youtube.com.
When you know what to do with what you got, you can do more with it. All right. So shouts out to my man Lavrell as well as the World Changers, making this thing happen and getting it done with your financial needs. All right. The World Changers help empower individuals and communities throughout financial education and implementation. Your agent Lavrell Hawkins has made significant strides in the financial services industry, using his expertise to guide and support others in achieving financial stability as well as success. Lavrell uses an holistic approach that addresses the mental, physical, financial, and spiritual aspects of being in a well space and place when it comes to your finances, all right? Y'all give them a call, 919-764-4626. That's 919-764-4626. The World Changes Financials and Lavrell are dedicated to empowering you and your communities through financial education and implementation. 919-764-4626.
Welcome back to the Two Live Stews Experience. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Ryan's not here today. We got my man Jeff Fox filling in, though. Miami's finest.
Good morning, Arlie.
Beach dance. Good morning, Jeff.
Arlie,
Jeff, I almost sound like you this morning. I got the raspy in the voice. Lord, just falling in this stuff is trying to kill me.
Yeah.
Arlie, do you like conch?
Fritters? Mm-hmm.
You do like conch. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's big down in Miami. Jeff has talked about before his love affair with conch. Is it conch fritters or what particular way you like them?
Salad, conch fritters, conch soup. Very popular.
So
very good for,
oh yeah?
Yeah.
Is it? What does it do for me? I don't want to be like this. I don't want that.
It's an aphrodisiac. That's what I've heard my entire life. And
so
like oysters.
So people that are from like, I don't know, Timbuktu, Mississippi. Or not Mississippi. Timbuktu.
Right, don't come for the sip.
Right. I ain't coming for the sip. I forgot you from the sip. People from Timbuktu, Tennessee may not know what conch is. The big ass shells that you see on the beach were inhabited by a big ass snail.
Yes.
Long story short. And that's what they eat the hell out of in Miami, in South Florida.
Yeah.
And other water places, because when I was in Belize, we caught one ourselves, like in the water, because we went doing something. And then the man that was our chef cooked it for us. He made us like a ceviche with it, but I don't know if you still call it ceviche if it's conch. Like, you know how you cut it up and put onions and peppers and
that's like conch salad. That's conch salad.
Okay, conch salad. It was delicious.
I'm from I'm from Moco. I don't know what ceviche means. What does that mean?
That's when you know how you see like they'll do a shrimp and they'll make it like it's cooked. Well, it was raw, I guess. And then you cut onions and peppers, and like green onions in it. It has like lime juice and stuff, and you eat it on a crack. It's really good. Look it up. You're gonna be like, oh, I've eaten that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because everybody does it on the waterways.
I would think it started in the Bahamas because I've seen it my whole life. Like South Florida has gotten it from. If you say Bahamian conch salad, they coming to buy it. Really.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yes, it's very tasty.
All right, Arlie, let's get to some entertainment news.
Let's get to some Doug. I think it's April. We need to figure out a new birthday song. We need to go to the singing "Happy Birthday to you."
Who sings that one?
That one. Yeah. Some people that made it up one day at a birthday party with a bunch of harmonies.
Hey, Arlie, I'm sorry to cut you off. I meant to ask you this. How long has your brother been doing radio in Atlanta?
He just started.
I'm driving.
Well,
yesterday.
That's not true.
Go ahead.
That's not true. He did it some time ago. Then something happened. Then he came back. So he does the 7 to 9 on Kiss 104 every Monday through Thursday. Shout out to Bobby V.
Jeff, I didn't know if you know it, but Arlie's brother is Bobby V. And I'm driving yesterday on the road, and I flip over to 104. It was a Kiss 104, and I hear Right now, you're listening to the sounds of Bobby V on your
He
Lady
trying to
in
be
Drive.
sexy.
Oh, wait, he doing the quiet
He's
storm?
sexy.
He
He's doing
sounds
right
like a
before Keith
quiet
Sweat.
storm DJ, but it's like late in the afternoon. It was like 6 or 7 o'clock yesterday.
He does at 7 and 9 before Keith Sweat comes on.
Okay, I
Yep.
mean, what type of
Five
opportunities?
to seven.
What type of opportunities is this going to open up for us? I mean, for
That's
you. I mean, for you.
No. Trust me, I've already been working on that. For
This
us.
what's up.
But,
This what's up.
you know, I'm an all-inclusive people.
Right.
All-inclusive. I'm taking everybody with me.
All right,
but yeah,
I'm
he's
sorry.
hoping that it turns into some stuff for him. But yep, y'all check him out on Kiss 104. Bobby
Sounds like the
V
three
in
of
the
us got the
Eve.
sniffles.
I know.
Yeah.
It's I was
Pollen.
switching pollen, and I'm switching climates because now I'm down here in Louisiana and it is muggy. So it's all everywhere. But anyway, I hope I sound sexy to the people. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
All right. It's your girl, Arlie Michelle, and Two Live Sue's Experience, and we have birthdays. Singing happy. Sing the
Happy birthday to you.
took her
Happy
ears off.
birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Sing it, Doug, with the feeling. That means you felt it. Still there. It's still there. You're holding it. Hold that note. Hold it. Y'all, it is birthdays, and we are going to celebrate today the great comedian, actor, funny man, and we forgot he's a singer. My girl wants to party all the
Eddie
time.
Murphy. Eddie Murphy.
He is 64 today.
Wow. Eddie Murphy is 64 years
Remember him
old.
in that red? Y'all don't. The girls, the poodles out there remember him in that red leather pantsuit. Ooh, Eddie was fine, baby. Eddie was fine.
Eddie Murphy, man. You talk about a Hollywood story. Eddie Murphy. I remember Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
Where he first really was brought on the national stage. Absolutely.
My landlord.
Yep.
Killed my landlord. Yes, he's just been out here for a minute getting it in. Former Seattle Seahawks safety Cameron Bam Bam Cam Chancellor is 37. Rapper. Is she Young Ma or Young M.A.? I don't know.
I think it's M.A. Is
Okay,
it Young Ma or
Young
Young M.A., Jeff? You're a hip-hop rap guy.
Young M.A.
Young M.A.
Young M.A. She's 33 today. American singer and actress Kiana Lede is 28. Daughter of the king of pop, who also does some modeling and acting herself, Paris Jackson, is 27. And Chi-Town repping rapper Cowboy, not Cow, Cowboy is 26. A few notable birthdays, first and second, that we missed because the first is a big day. It's April Fool's Day, but it was Christian Combs, Diddy's one of Diddy's sons, turned 27, and actor David Ayewo, I think he says like yellow, is turned 49. Heavenly birthday shout outs on the 2nd of April to the great Marvin Gaye and Tracy Braxton of the Braxton Sisters, and a few other notable birthdays. Dion, y'all remember Bud from the Cosby Show?
Yeah.
Art, yep, I had a birthday on the 2nd. R.L. Quavo of the Migos, Carlos Miller, the comedian, and Young Jock.
Okay.
So, happy birthday to everybody. Now, I just got one quick question for y'all.
Yes,
Are
ma'am.
y'all going to this concert?
Which
The
concert?
tree is going to pop up the concert. I need to know who's going because we need to get our tickets and we need to go because they're not coming to Atlanta. And I don't understand why they're not coming to Atlanta.
I knew you were talking about this.
The Queens. Four
So,
legends, one stage.
Gladys Knight, Shaka Khan, Patti LaBelle, and Stephanie Mills. I feel good. The Queens, 4 legends, one stage. Y'all, I don't think they're gonna make it through all the dates. It's too many divas on that one stage. I don't think they're gonna make it.
I'm looking for the Atlanta date. They don't have the Atlanta date up.
That's what I said. They not coming to Atlanta. What's that about?
I think
How the hell you not gonna come to the Black Mecca and perform?
How you not coming to Atlanta?
Huh.
But I'm gonna figure out how to go see him. We can go see him in Columbia, maybe.
I mean, a good road trip is Vegas, Las Vegas.
It would be. They're gonna probably set it out there.
I need to know the politics behind that.
Me too.
Maybe they could. Maybe there's not a venue that worked out for their schedule or something like that. But there's no reason not to come to Atlanta. I mean,
or nearby. Y'all didn't come to Birmingham, Atlanta, Macon. You're not coming nowhere. You're not coming nowhere near us. The closest place is Columbia.
Interesting.
But y'all, we got to figure that out. So once we figure it out, we got to get our tickets because they are all in their 70s plus. We got to see them now.
Mm-hmm.
Shaka is 71. So we
being in their 70s, there's no reason to think that there would be some kind of conflicts, right? Egos getting out of hand, like maybe if they were like younger, but
no, I think
everybody's pretty.
I think this is a definite situation where egos are going to come into play. Because Stephanie, I don't know if you know, but Stephanie Mills is very vocal about, you know, the mistreatment of black music. I just saw a video on her a couple of days ago. What's the white chick name that's got the great voice from England? That LeBron's agent is talking to.
Adele.
Right. So she went on this tirade in an interview like, they don't like black music. They like black music, but they don't want us to perform black music.
Right.
They want white people to perform black music. And she was talking about Adele, and the conversation went on, and they started name dropping Adele. And a lot of what she was right, she don't care. Like Stephanie Mills,
like I'm old,
right?
I've been doing this, and y'all about to get these words.
Yeah. So they got a lot of attitude. I don't want to say attitude. That sounds negative. They got a lot of personality. Yeah. Them four women got a lot of personality, and I can see them bumping heads on a lot of things.
Especially Patty. Patty is very particular about stuff. She's the one who carries her hot sauce in her purse because your food is not gonna taste good. So I'm gonna get it together for her seasoning and her hot sauce in her purse.
Right.
Patty pies, all that. She got her own everything. But I'm glad to see it because that's good music. I saw Gladys Knight live in Vegas one time. When I tell you her voice sound like water for crystal. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, you talking about sound like a record, baby. And it was her singing live. It was amazing. Right. Amazing. Yeah. Like just amazing. I've seen Patty. I've heard Shaka doing I was in Hawaii once at the medical convention, and she was doing a sound check, and you could hear her. I was outside of the venue, like outside, literally outside of the venue that had like walls, and then she's in, and you could just hear that just bam. She was great.
Wow.
So looking forward to trying to figure out when they come into Atlanta.
From Uncle Mike, I bet it's going to be some good food in the green room.
Oh,
Tree, if you can bring up that last post that you the one before this. A lot of icy hot shea butter in that. Yeah, this is it. That's it. I'm sorry. A lot of icy hot and shea butter in the crowd at that concert. You think maybe that has something to do with it, that you need an older an older demographic of audience that will come and spend money and support those artists? Maybe that's got something to do why they're not bringing it to Atlanta, because they feel like Atlanta has a younger demographic that spends money on concerts and not us.
Remember, we're the ones who go see Frankie Beverly every year as if he got new albums out.
That's true.
Like, he rest in heaven. We go see Frankie every year. Everybody in there white. We were so mad. You know, Chastain was flooded with, and a lot of that stuff happened at Chastain too. So maybe that was it, because they don't let us come to Chastain. They don't let us come to Chastain no more. They send us down to the Wolf Creek, and I don't know. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. That's a good point. We're gonna find out. And they didn't have Anita on there. Well, Anita had just done her. Well, remember, Anita didn't show up in Atlanta that time, so maybe they just felt like that wasn't worth. Maybe they couldn't work out negotiations. I'm gonna do a little deep dive into it. I'm gonna find out why they're not coming to Atlanta, but we're gonna protest and make them come.
Yeah.
Next up,
I'm sorry.
go ahead.
I just wanted to say that the new school, Frankie Beverly, has been replaced by New Edition. I've seen them.
Show up.
Yeah.
I don't care how many times you bring New Edition to Miami, everybody's going.
Same thing in Atlanta. They I probably saw New Edition 4 or 5 years in a row at Chastain Park here in Atlanta. Arlie just talked about how Chastain, I don't remember hearing about a lot of concerts at Chastain much in the last couple of years. Everything now is at Wolf Creek.
Mm-hmm. They're having concerts at Chastain. We're not having concerts.
Right. Right. That's what yeah.
So anyway, this is for eye candy for the men. I want to send a shout out to Sierra. I want her life. I've decided that I'm going to find Russell Wilson's twin or something. She is coming out with a new album on tomorrow. A new single tomorrow.
Goddamn.
She's been teasing it. You should go see the videos, Doug. Every time she posts something, Russell Wilson posts, because he wants a 5th child. So what color do you want Cinco's room to be? Or when are we working on Cinco? Like everything she posts, because she giving the people the business, baby. She's singing with champagne glasses on her shoes. Damn. She is doing the damn thing. Hear me and hear me clearly.
Sierra.
She just popped out a baby and she back fine. I hate her.
How long ago she had a baby?
She had a baby. The baby's not even 1 yet, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look it up.
Wow. Sierra is super
Yep.
fine. I mean, there's no denying Sierra is just super sexy, super fine.
Her look,
I
and this
love
song
her.
is called Ecstasy, so you know it's about to come with some good gyrating. She about to give y'all all the good gyrating.
You know what that looks like? An old
What?
Ohio Players album cover.
It does. Okay.
They wasn't that fine. They wasn't that fine. Promise
Hell
you,
no.
they wasn't that fine. Shout out to Sierra. Y'all check out her new single coming out tomorrow. And I want to ask y'all, do you know what the term stan means? Bet you didn't know this.
Stan. I've heard it used before, but
Yeah.
I don't know. What is it? What does it mean?
It's an overzealous or obsessive fan. I didn't know it. They say
Okay.
some people say it comes from Eminem's 2000 album called Stan, where the guy was gonna kill himself live so that he could get to Eminem. Anyway, our boy Young Thug in the news again. They have sent what is called a strong. I'm gonna tell you the exact name of it. A strong motion from the Fulton County District Attorney's Office because he has outed this young lady. She's one of the district attorneys that was in another case, and he posts this. Now he's since taken it down, and then he turns around. Of course, he has 2 million. He has all these followers. They go in, find this lady, give her address, her mama's address, telling folks to show up at her house. It has turned into a mess. So they are trying to revoke his probation. You know, he got 15 years. He cannot come back to Atlanta for like 10, but they're trying to revoke it so that he will serve 20 years in custody. So they have just turned that in on Wednesday, and they are looking at a strong motion is in court refers to a formal request for the judge to, with well-supported facts, legal arguments, evidence, making it very persuasive and likely to be granted that he should be remanded back to the Fulton County jails and into our prison systems for what he did. Then he posts like, well, I don't make threats to people. I'm a good person. I would never condone anyone or definitely threatening anyone.
Can't hear you, Arlie. You got to talk in the mic.
Away.
Yeah. Go ahead.
He said, I'm sorry. He said, I don't condone threats. I am, I didn't threaten anyone, but he put that out and all of his stands, the people that love him are coming for that lady now. So it's going to be a whole mess. We're going to see if he's going to serve 20 years now because they put
Wow. So she's trying to get, she's trying to appeal the previous judgment that he just had to leave town. She wants him to go to jail because of some reason.
Because he posted her picture. She's supposed to be anonymous in a case that she's going against other gang members.
I got you now.
She's supposed to remain anonymous. Well, they posted her anyway, and he's a part of this. And now there's been threats made against her life. So that is against probation. His probation terms. So with that being said, they're going to be looking at he's looking at his being out and free.
Right.
Is looking like he might not be. Right. I did a little rhyme. Y'all said it. He might be out and free, looking like he might not be. So stay tuned to see if Young Thug is going to happen. He just got out in October.
I mean, he just got out. Ninja couldn't make it a year. Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
Bad decision.
You said there's no way.
I remember when you said there's no way he's going to make the terms of probation. No way. But I didn't think 6 months. God damn.
It was November. It was November, December, January, February, March, April. 5 months. He didn't make it.
Wow.
They knew he violated his probation.
They knew it.
Threatening somebody's life. So, yeah. But social media is going to be the death of us. So, y'all stay off social media in them negative ways. Keep your opinions to yourself. Tell it to your friend. Don't tell it to the world. Just don't do it. So, yeah. Arlie, y'all have a great weekend. I'll see y'all in the chat.
Yes.
Great to see you, Jeff.
Nice to see you too. Number love.
All right. So, quick break. When we get back, we're going to jump into the top 5 results. Jeff, we gave you a shot at the big time, baby. We got don't even talk about it right now. We'll hold on when we get back. Top 5 results. We got the last 48 coming up here in a little bit as well. We got chat we're going to read. We're going to do it like we do it on the Two Live Stews experience. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
You're in the dog pound. Dogs and poodles, it's the Two Live Stews, and we're back. Our debate that started us on radio was the effectiveness of the option, idiot.
You call your brother idiot? I never call you
A
an idiot.
dummy. What you did is called hijack the show. I'm done. Doug Stewart and Ryan Stewart streaming live Monday and Thursday at 7 a.m.
That's the number 2 live stews, youtube.com. 2 live stews.
Did you know Trump just legalized segregation again?
Breaking news. Trump just signed an executive order that could destroy federal unions.
The administration announced Friday they're revoking legal status of 500,000 migrants who came here legally from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela during President Biden's terms. This
Okay, so I'm unsure on how we did a segment on black folks doing line dances and we didn't have a clip of boots on the ground.
Yeah. Where them flags at? Where them flags at?
Tree, pop over for a second. So the whole point of that video is to kind of highlight the fact that we aren't bothered.
Okay.
We've been through hard times. It reminds me of that poem that we learned when we were online, Mother to Son. Well, son, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. Like any adversity a people could endure, we've endured. So all of these things going on, I actually posted something last night on my Facebook group about all of the things that Trump has done to different segments of people and how it's backfired on them in the first 3 months. And through all that, we line dance.
Yeah.
I mean,
We don't care. I don't care what he does. I don't want to drink out of your water fountain, Blancos. It's okay. They're going to miss us. They're going to miss us.
you talking as if it's done, like they're going to, at some point in this administration, going to put our asses back on a boat, back to the motherland.
Do it. Do it.
Or go to Mars. You know,
they're not going to know how to cook. They're not going to know how to dance. They're not going to know how to put their makeup on. They're not going to know how to do their hair.
Yeah.
They're not going to. It's okay.
And let me back up. I think that you mean that we don't care as far. Well, I'm not going to tell you what you mean.
Sure.
We care, but there's nothing we can do about it. So we line dance. Is that how you look at it?
Yeah, like why would I take on all that worry? I mean, we have been eating well, and we look at slavery. Look at how they took slave food, and now it's $200 for an oxtail. Okay,
which is crazy.
They got that from us.
A goddamn.
So we know how
tail.
how to make it. Okay, so I'm good.
We're going to be fine.
I'll get my own water. I'll go down to the Fusky and get some water or wherever. Thank you.
Wow. We're going to be fine. Thank you, Tree. Last night I posted something that I borrowed from my boy Kareem, Ryan's boy Kareem, that frequents the Two Options Facebook chat group. This is from Don Winslow. I think Don Winslow is like a author. I don't know, but he talks politics a lot of times. Latinos for Trump. He repaid you with mass deportations. Veterans for Trump. He cut your services and fired tens of thousands of veterans. Women for Trump. He took your human rights before the election, and you still voted for this man. And lastly, black Trump voters. Oh, y'all especially. He's wiping out our history.
Yeah,
like literally right in front of our eyes. Anything to celebrate and do with black and the history of this country that's positive, he's getting it torn down or taken down.
Yeah.
You know?
Remember that movement for the removal of all those Confederate statues?
Right.
And all that?
He's trying to repeal all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's trying to repeal the repeal. It's crazy. It's crazy. Top 5. So we had you on Tuesday or Monday. We had you on Monday, and we thought it would be nice, a nice gesture from the show and from SME to have a top 5 on something that you could compete in. I mean, you should know Miami. I mean, you're from Miami.
Yeah.
Right? And so we did the top 5 Miami things. Tree, go ahead and roll it out, the results. Jeff gave a top 5 list on top 5 Miami things. I gave a top 5 list on Miami things. All right, so somehow Tree dropped out of the show, but she'll be back in a second. She's coming back.
I just wanted to say,
Uh-huh.
in case I did not win, that that I was robbed. If he can do it, I can do it. Okay, if he can do it, I can do it. So that's the way to go.
Okay, so Tree, are you ready now? She's back. So here's the results of the top 5 Miami things. Jeff gave a top 5 list. I gave a top 5 list. And here are the results. And here are the results.
I apologize. My internet at where I live goes out every day lately. I'm sorry. Here you
Thank
go.
Totally
Tree.
understand.
It's the business. Thank you, Tree. April 1st, poll results. Top 5 things to come out of Miami. Guest host edition. Is it going to count towards Ryan's total when he comes back on the top 5s? Jeff, so me and you are officially, I'm 1-0 against you.
Well,
61% of the vote.
I question the votes. I question the way these
What
ballots.
do you mean you question the votes, Tree?
I question the way these ballots were cast.
Put up the winning list, Tree. My list, the winning list. Put up my winning list. So top 5 things to come out of Miami. Number 5, the 0-1 Hurricanes, the team that put like 40 players in the league. Number 4, the 87 Hurricanes, the team that started Miami bravado or football bravado in Miami. And number 3, the 72 Dolphins, the only undefeated NFL team ever. Number 2, Uncle Luke, who we talked about earlier. And number 1, the TV show Miami Vice, which literally put Miami and Miami culture and Miami style on display.
I think Scarface did that, to be honest with you. My list makes sense. More sense. My list does. When you come to Miami, you don't come to see the 2001 Hurricanes, or you want to go to the strip clubs. You want to go eat some great food. You want to go to Heat games. You want to go to Bayside, Las Olas. You know, there are events here. Like, what the problem is?
I think we had different understanding of the question.
Yeah.
I thought the question had to do with things that we think of Miami. When we think of Miami, we think of these things.
The fact that he had a different understanding falls exactly in line with how it always goes.
Right. Right. You listed things to do. But that wasn't the question, Jeff. The question wasn't things to do in Miami. The question was top 5 Miami things.
And I sent it. I resent it just like y'all all smoking the same reefer.
Reefer. Jeff, one quick thing I want to throw out before we jump into this last 48, the biggest memes in the 2 Live Stews Facebook chat group in the last 48 hours. Give me a general answer. No, I don't want it to be general. I want you to discuss a little bit. Give your thoughts on why is the Miami Hurricane football team not the 87 Miami football institution? The culture of Miami football was bravado, braggadocious, talk trash, fight between plays. They were just super loud and arrogant. It seems like that we've lost that in the last 25 years. The Miami Hurricanes not like the mid-'80s Miami Hurricanes. Why is that, you think?
Different DNA. There's a huge difference in the way these guys are built. A Miami Hurricane player from the old days were super competitive.
Right.
If you ever sat down and talked with them, they were afraid to get injured. You know why? Because the guy behind them was hungry to take their spot.
Right.
And I got this directly from the source. They were scared shitless of getting hurt. Now, these guys today are entitled. They come out of high school, they're high recruits.
Right.
They expect to earn a starting job. They expect to inherit a role when somebody goes to the NFL or finishes school. They expect just to be given what, that's just who they are. And the old boys come back all the time. Ed Reed comes back. Irvin comes back. And they talk until they're blue in the face. These younger kids don't get it, man. I'm telling you.
It's simply put, these young people today, and it's not just Miami.
Yeah.
These young people today just don't have that dog in them like they used to have.
They don't.
Like the Miami Hurricane football players in the mid-'80s, the Irvin and the Blaze brothers, and all of these guys that we can name, they just had like a will to dominate. They had dog in them.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like, like what you just said, a lot of these kids come in and they're pampered, and they've been pampered, and they've gone to, what's the name of that school in Florida? The high school where they recruit.
Oh, damn it.
Somebody will say it in the chat room.
Yeah.
But
IG or IT or some IMG.
IMG.
Yeah.
Right. So these guys go to IMG now. They handpick these players, and these guys pretty much are, they're coddled a lot more than athletes used to be coddled coming out of high school than back in the day.
Yeah.
I think that's what it all comes down to, is the fact that they're coddled a lot more. The Miami players, I think maybe that whole saying, get it from the mud. Like Miami players had the attitude, like, this is my whole life right here. This is going to take me and my family to the next level financially, and this is business. If you haven't seen the documentary, I think it's classified as a documentary, the 30 for 30. It's a 30 for 30, same thing as a documentary. If you haven't seen that documentary on Miami football called the 30 for 30 special, you can probably pull it up on replay. You need to do it, because these kids today are just different than the kids and the guys coming into the University of Miami program back in the 80s. They're just different.
They're cut from a different cloth, and if you talk to my co-host on the Jeff Fox show, Fitz Davis, he's a national champion. He was on the team that won the first of the national championships for the U. And they will tell you that Howard Snellenberger was like a father, and he made them believe that they could do great things.
Right.
And Jimmy Johnson and Dennis Erickson, they recruited the kind of guys that just bought in. That were super competitive.
Right.
And they really didn't give a, they were coming to get you.
Yeah, I love that clip, and I can't remember if it was the 83 team or the 87 team. I think it was the 83 team. In the U, the 30 for 30, the national championship game, they walked to the middle of the field, and I think maybe it was Alonzo Highsmith, and it was an Oklahoma player. It was the Oklahoma. Right. It was the Oklahoma game or bowl game or whatever. And the Miami players was like, "Yeah, it's about to happen, bitch."
Yeah.
And they called them the B word right there at the coin toss.
Yeah.
And the ref was like, none of that. It's like, yeah, you about to see. You bitches about to see now. Y'all about to see.
It was about that life.
They were about that life. Life.
A couple of years later, right? Like, we're playing Louisville. And this is like much later. They go out to midfield and they start dancing on the Cardinals logo. And then they proceeded to get mopped up from end zone to end zone. I think we lost like 47 to maybe 7 or nothing. And we got mopped up because swag is not dancing. Swag is knowing we gonna kick your ass, knowing we're better than you.
Swag is a tangible thing, right? It's not just a word. It's not just an idea, right?
It's not dancing. And when you talk to Randall Hill, when you talk to Leon Searcy, when you talk to Michael Irvin and guys like that, they bleed orange and green.
Yeah.
They bleed it.
Right.
Like, if you ever watch Ed Reed talk to these young kids, like, you will think, well, damn, your life depends on it.
Right.
That's how seriously they take it.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
Mario Cristobal, he's trying to bring all that back.
That's what's up. Hey, last 48, the biggest memes in the 252's Facebook chat group in the last 48 hours. Tree, roll them out. Roll out the first one. What's the best day in sports? I'll say Super Bowl. Shouts out to Rel Scott, constant contributor to the 252's Facebook chat group. What's the best day in sports, Jeff? Master Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, MLB opening day, first day of March Madness, New Year's Day college football, which is much different than it was when we grew up. Christmas Day, NBA, NFL, and Thanksgiving NFL games. What's your thought? What's the best day in sports?
Nothing compared to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl Sunday.
You know what? I think the Super Bowl is kind of in a different category by itself. Yeah, take Super Bowl out. Which one of the rest of these would you choose for the biggest day in sports?
I would say first day of March Madness. Like, I love the first day of March Madness. Like,
Yeah.
I think that would be it.
For sentimental reasons, there's nothing like Thanksgiving Day with the NFL games. The Lions always play. I don't know why that happened. I don't know how that happened. But anyway.
Still have flashbacks of Billy Sims running in the backfield.
Right. Thanksgiving Day NFL games is special because you've eaten already and you're sitting around and you're bloated and you don't care. You don't have to do any exercise. It's just football all day long. So I kind of like Thanksgiving NFL games day. Now, you're right. I think college basketball, for whatever reasons, political reasons, has lost some of its luster. But that first Thursday in March Madness was epic, especially when we were doing the show and we were at the Cheetah. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. But it's I think I would go with Thanksgiving Day. Next one, Tree. Ron Artest, from men's viewpoint, he picks Ron Artest. A fight breaks out in the court between all of them. Who's the last man standing? Look at all of these guys. Who's the last man standing if a fight breaks out? Ron Artest, Draymond, Dennis Rodman, Charles Oakley, Barkley, Kevin Garnett, LeBron James, your homeboy Udonis Haslem, or Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes. Okay.
How did Kevin Garnett get into this? Like,
I don't know how KG. That's my homeboy, but KG. I don't think KG really want to fight nobody. KG is like a lot of bark and not a lot of bite.
Yeah, hold me back.
Okay, who you got on this? Who you taking?
Udonis Haslem, and that's because I'm from the 305. I've interviewed Udonis. He's about that life. He played Tupac at his wedding. That's a tough guy.
Say what?
He played Tupac at his wedding.
Wow,
that's a fact.
I think I got to go with. I think I got to go with Oakley. I don't think Charles Barkley is tough at all. I think he's a lot to talk to. LeBron definitely, he would try to politic his way out of the situation. LeBron would definitely politic his way out of the situation.
Yeah.
I think Ron Artest, I think he got showed up in that whole Detroit Pistons melee thing with Ben Wallace. I think Draymond's a bully. I think he picks on people he know he can beat. And Dennis Rodman is just crazy. I think I would go with Charles Oakley.
There are two names missing. Xavier McDaniel,
X-Man,
and Vernon Maxwell for the Houston Rockets.
Exactly. I guess their names aren't as big as those other guys' names, but you're absolutely right. Have you been watching these Mad Max little reels on social media with
hilarious.
Yeah. Mad Max was crazy, man. He was crazy.
He talked about Hakeem Olajuwon slapping the shit out of him. That was hilarious, man.
Can you imagine how big Hakeem Olajuwon's hands are? Yeah. All right, next one, Tree. So, have you been paying attention to this King saga over the last couple of years? T.I.'s son, King.
I've been hearing bits and pieces. Don't really.
Okay, so long story short, King is off the chain. This is T.I.'s son, King, and this is his son, King Jr. I thought this was interesting for no other reason, and I'm not going to come on here and clown on the young man about all the stuff that he's been doing and saying over the last couple of years. I just thought it was amazing how genes work. This kid looked just like his grandma.
Yeah.
This kid looked just like Tiny. It looks like somebody, like one of those Photoshop things. Somebody took Tiny's face and put it on her grandson's face.
Yeah, they got this thing that they do with AI now, where they turn everybody into a baby.
Right.
That's what it looks like they did with
So
Tiny.
wait a minute. You think that's AI? Tree, Ollie, pop in for a second. Tree and Ollie, pop in for a second.
That's possible.
He is adorable. I don't think that's
He
AI.
is. I
No,
think that's
he looked just like his sister, like the little one. I mean, I'm sorry, his
Aaron's.
auntie. Yes,
Okay, I haven't seen that person. Maybe you can pull up a graphic later.
I will.
This looks like AI Tiny. They took
Yeah.
Tiny's face and did an AI generated thing. Right. Jeff talked about how they're doing all of these babies. We actually played a couple of the videos like a week or so ago. What do you think, Ollie? You think that's AI? You think?
No, I think that's the baby, and I'm glad he looks like that because I was worried. Because that King didn't get the best of the genetic gene pool. He just it was scary.
Yeah, the doctor might have slapped him too hard.
All right, next one. We ain't talking about these people, baby. Bless his heart, though. He looked like your grandma. Breaking news: Chris Paul announces his retirement after the season. The point guard era has officially come to an end. Two things I think about when I think of Chris Paul. Number one, the Atlanta Hawks skipped over Chris Paul and drafted Marvin Williams.
Wow.
You heard me. This was a big topic on our show. We talked about this before that draft. This is how far back we go with this sports talk radio thing. We talked about the obvious choice for the Hawks. I think they had the third pick that could change the franchise's fortune forever was Chris Paul. We took Marvin Duck Booty Williams, who wasn't even a starter at Carolina. He was a sixth man.
Wow.
And we passed up on one of the official members of the point guard group. And the second thing that I think about is the Lakers made a deal. I am a Laker fan. The Lakers made a deal for Chris Paul, and David Stern vetoed it because it was, quote unquote, too one-sided of a deal. During those years, we couldn't win games to save our lives. That was a down period in Lakers history because we didn't have a squad. Chris Paul would have changed everything for the Lakers. We would have won a couple more rings, probably at least one, possibly two or three. That was at Kobe at his prime, and David Stern vetoed the deal for some bullshit.
I think Mark Cuban had a lot to do with it. I think it was Mark Cuban that complained to David Stern. And I couldn't believe it was vetoed. Couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe it. And I can't remember who Chris Paul went to. Chris Paul's played on a lot of teams now that I think about it.
Marvin Williams?
Marvin Williams, sir. Yes, we passed on Chris Paul for Marvin Williams.
Think
about that.
What's the name of the dude in Portland that the Blazers picked instead of Michael Jordan? That's up there with that Jordan decision.
Oh, Sam Bowie.
Yeah, Sam Bowie. That's up there with that Bowie decision.
Well, I mean, but you know what? At the time, it was still about the big men. It was still about the center position back then. So it kind of made sense. Sam Bowie just never developed like people thought he would, and I think he had injury issues as well. From Julius 35C, CP3 went to the Clippers. So he ultimately ended up going to the other team in LA.
Yeah.
But can you imagine the rings Kobe would have had? Kobe would have had more than 5. He would have definitely got one.
At least one.
At least one.
Yeah.
At least one. Yeah, Marvin Williams. Marvin, Ryan called him Duck Booty. Because his booty did stick out like a duck. I mean, not that we want to talk about dudes' booties, but bookies, but go back and look at any picture of Marvin Williams. What kind of guy are you going to draft over Chris Paul that bookie stick out like that? Pause.
Chris Paul, I'm not trying to, poo-poo on his parade, but he's low-key a bit of an asshole, too. Like, if he's not playing for your – yeah. If he's not playing for your team, you kind of get to hate him. He's got that short man complex.
Yeah, Chris Paul is kind of like in the Isaiah Thomas category. Like, they got, like, small guy syndrome, what'd you call it?
Yeah, Short Man Complex.
Short Man Complex. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I gave it a whole new name.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, quick break. When we come back, we're going to jump into this chat. Don't go away. 2 Live Students Experience.
Are you tired of workouts that leave you feeling drained? Do you want to push your limits without compromising your health? Introducing NPE, the ultimate pre-workout powerhouse. NPE is packed with natural plant-based ingredients that fuel your body and mind. We're talking about sustained energy, enhanced focus, and accelerated recovery. All this while giving your immune system a powerful boost. But NPE doesn't stop there. It also stimulates circulation, enhancing blood flow throughout your body. And it doesn't just improve your workout performance, it also boosts fertility and sexual drive in both men and women. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting your fitness journey, NPE is here to help you reach new heights. Don't settle for sluggish workouts. Unleash your inner athlete with NPE. That's natural performance energy. This is not your ordinary pre-workout supplement. Our clients will tell you NPE also stands for natural power, peak performance. Every workout.
Astronomical.
Sir, do you know what that is? That's what they call a marketing bonanza. Whoever thought of that is genius. Whoever thought of that should be running WWE right now.
Yeah. Astronomical. Just like it said.
The lingerie football league. Genius. Welcome back to the show. The 2 Live Students Experience. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, Jeff Fox filling in for Ryan today. Oh, just astronomical.
Yeah.
I mean, that would sell in anywhere. In small town USA, in the big time city, it doesn't matter. That product would sell. Welcome back to the 2 Live Students. Jeff, we got a couple more top fives we need to get into, and then we're going to jump into the last 48, and then we're going to get in the chat. We got a lot of stuff going on. No, didn't you say we had one more meme? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Thank you, Tree. McDonald's was better in the 70s. We thought this was interesting because it shows the difference between old school McDonald's and new school McDonald's. New school McDonald's looks a lot more corporate or a lot more older. Old school McDonald's was for the kids. Like Wu-Tang, They were for the kids. They were for the children.
Yeah. You know what the old school McDonald's remind me of? Saturday morning cartoons.
Absolutely.
You know, watching Looney Tunes and Super Friends and all that good stuff. Bugs Bunny.
And you remember McDonald's had all of the characters. They had all of the characters that they did commercials with, like Grimace. Do we have that graphic tree? You're watching the 2 Live Students Experience. Yeah. What happened to these cats get fired? Were they, did Donald Trump come in and get rid of them? DI hires? Like, what happened to the Hamburglar and the Fry Guys and Mayor McCheese?
They might have went out with the Smurfs.
Officer Big Mac. The Hamburglar, Birdie the Early Bird. I don't even see Birdie the Early Bird. That was a little bit later. But this is the original McDonald's characters or whatever, and I guess they got laid off. Especially when Trump came in office. They ass got to find a new job. They weren't gonna sit around doing that. All right. Last 48 Tree. And you're watching the Two Live Stews chat group.
Honey, are you okay? Are you you okay?
Not the last 48.
I have a little housekeeping.
Okay.
First up.
That's what it was.
First up.
Oh, yeah. King's son looked more like Tiny than the kid to the right.
So the kid to the right is the baby's auntie, which this is Tiny. Eris is Tiny and T.I.'s daughter. See, they got the same head.
Uh-huh.
Them eyes are giving T.I., but this is just a side by side. I could put Tiny by the baby too, if you'd like.
Okay. No, I see it.
And then the other thing, this is based on the Crying Ryan cheerleaders. This is what we ask for. Okay. This is what we ask for.
Top 5 things that come out of Miami.
Sunday, 5:08 p.m. And this
and
is
you even nailed it home. So there are no semantics of what was desired.
Because y'all will not continue to drag me on behalf of this heathen right here. This heathen.
Wait a minute. You did an investigation?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. We bring receipts.
I'm trained. I am trained by this man.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Got me. So, yeah, just wanted to clear that up. What we asked for versus what we got. Thanks.
Thank you, Tree.
Y'all did a whole insurrection. I'm gonna have to come with the, the objections. Ben Crump and them.
Right. And you're watching the Two Live Stews Experience. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, Jeff filling in for Ryan today. Jeff,
yes,
you mentioned earlier about the great win that the Miami Heat had last night on the road. Talk about that a little bit more and your love for Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah, I mean, Eric Spoelstra is a gift and a curse. And what that means is he makes chicken soup out of chicken shit. Like how the Miami Heat was able to beat the Boston Celtics, I'll never know because there are no stars on the team. Bam Adebayo is not a star. Tyler Hero is not a star.
Right.
But Eric Spoelstra somehow finds guys like Ryan Anderson, I think, Haywood Highsmith, these YMCA guys, as I call them, and he makes them believe that, they can really play. And it's Eric Spoelstra. And that's the reason Pat Riley never got Jimmy Butler adequate help. If he had gotten Jimmy one or maybe 2 A-list stars, we might have had a championship.
Right.
We may have had one. But every time we went to the finals, it was on the back of Jimmy Butler and the brilliance of Eric Spoelstra, who I believe is the best coach in the NBA.
Is that the feeling of Miami fans down there? Is that Spoelstra is the best thing about the organization going?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's him.
And
some
that,
people are calling for him
go ahead
to go to the front office. I would like to see Alonzo Mourning, Udonis Haslem, or think of this name, James Jones, get the top job in Miami when it comes to bringing players here, because we can't get nobody. We keep manufacturing guys.
You're right.
And I don't know how he does it.
Yeah. You're watching the Two Live Stews Experience. Hey, listen, couple things. Would you like to promote your business on the Two Live Stews Experience? You can. It's very easy. Here's all you got to do is email me, sme.dougstewart@gmail.com, sme.dougstewart@gmail.com. We have a great listenership to this show. We have the chat room. There's many different ways that we can promote your business. The chat group, the chat page, just a ton of different ways that we can get the word out about your business. Once again, if you got a brick and mortar in Atlanta, it opens up a lot more possibilities. Okay, just put it like that. But if you have an internet-based business and you're in Tucson, Arizona or whatnot, we can still help you promote and get the word out about your business. Email me, sme.dougstewart@gmail.com. That's sme.dougstewart@gmail.com. Please, if you are watching live right now or the recording, look to the bottom of the chat. If you're watching live, look to the bottom of the chat, click on the dollar symbol, and you can donate to the show. Like my man June B77, I think Ryan being suing for these shirts, NIL. He donated a couple dollars. Thank you, June B77. So click on the little dollar sign, donate whatever you can, whatever's in your heart. Like Marvin Sapp said, close the door. We're not telling you to close the door, but donate what's in your heart to keep this show afloat, and we would appreciate it. And if you're watching the replay, same area, click on the little heart symbol, and you can donate as well after the fact. Tree, let's jump in and read through these chat messages. Let's get it.
So I think we have to take a break in 2 minutes. I will start, but the trespass is coming, the Throwback Thursday edition.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to do 2 minutes of the chat, and then we're going to go to break and come back.
We got plenty of chat messages to read, and thank you for participating in the show in the chat room. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your donations. We really appreciate it. From Loose Neck, established 1973. Ryan's forehead got its own Wi-Fi. Yes, we agree.
That's wrong.
I'm kind of torn about people comment on my brother's forehead. I can do it. I don't know if I like a lot of other people talking about his forehead size.
Okay.
Like he related to Rihanna or something.
This is, I answered your question. Scrub the Ground song was by Kid Money and Splack Pack.
Splack Pack. I remember Splack Pack. I don't remember the Kid Money part. Scrub the ground. Ollie.
That song.
I know Ollie scrubbed some ground in her day.
Round and round we
Arlie
go.
scrubs the ground right now. If they
Yeah.
if that song come on, I'm like, excuse me, I gotta stop talking.
It's over.
Round and round you go. What? Round and round you
It's
go. Let me hear
something
this
about it that just makes you start moving.
Right,
All
yeah.
those songs.
Yeah. Classic.
That song is that and back that thing up. Oh my God. I'm mid sentence. I'm on the floor. You hear boom, boom for the 2000. Excuse me, I'll be right back.
What's the young lady? What's the principal's name on the TV show?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's her name?
I don't
Say,
know her name.
yeah, we don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, we know what you're talking about. She's
You know-
hilarious. Oh God.
I can't think of her. Somebody will say it in the chat. Okay. From Loose Neck, he first heard the Stews at night while making deliveries in Atlanta. After that, it was satellite radio.
That's what's up.
When you
Loose
all
Neck.
were reminiscing
Yeah.
about the old days. From Till Dog 12, I remember first hearing about the Stews when Ryan was on that sports show on CSS and 790 The Zone under Sporting News.
Did a little TV thing shortly after we started the radio thing. He promoted, kind of like cross promoted the radio show on that show.
One more, and then we're going to go to the trespass. From Eddie Jewell, that sticker before every album is because of him. The advisory, when y'all were talking about Luke.
Yeah.
I feel him, but Luke is a major reason for music doing what it has done. But he's in his feelings too much.
No, he's not.
Whiny.
He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, the Rock and Roll Hall of
Wait
Fame.
a minute. Does he mean Luke had a negative effect on hip hop because of the content of the music that came out of South Florida? Is that what he's saying? This guy?
No.
He's saying that parental advisory sticker, he's part of the reason for it. What's that lady's name? Dolores somebody.
Dolores Tucker.
Yes.
Tucker. Yeah. I would say more harm has come from NWA, from the West Coast, than Uncle Luke.
Harm? They were telling the truth.
No, but
about the police.
No, gangster rap.
Okay.
I'm saying from the gangster rap standpoint, has been more detrimental to our communities and probably second-handedly led to many more crimes and dying than Uncle Luke. Uncle Luke was talking about women getting naked. I mean, that's
y'all missing the whole
in that.
point. Y'all missing the whole point. The whole point is Luke argued for freedom of speech.
Yes.
Went to jail for this.
Right.
He fought the Supreme Court and won.
You're right.
You know,
Absolutely.
he was a record label owner out of Miami who did his own distribution. That's Hall of Fame shit.
I understand the free speech thing 100%, but I'm telling you, what's caused more of a harm, which has caused more harm to the black community, is gangster rap. Dolores Tucker was wrong, but she was right in a lot of instances about that music from the West Coast, man. I'm telling you, and I've talked about this before.
Well, I'm probably gonna. Well, I might not be here when we come back after y'all hear this trespass. You ready, Doug?
Oh Lord, no, Tree.
It's in honor of Miami again, and it's a throwback. Let's go.
Let's go.
Smooth, get on the floor to the poison groove. It's the clan with another one to make y'all dance just like the other one. You got to get loose, leaning on the wall. What's the use to a groove so smooth and out of sight? Get on the floor and dance all night.
It's a dance tune by the PC, that's the Poison Clan, and we came to the party to make y'all move. So just get down to the Poison groove and groove with the Poison Clan. Cause if you came to sit, you can change your plans and do what's only right. Just get on the floor and dance all night.
All you see is grins. Moving away from the bass bins, cause of that bottom. Most be even scared to stand by them. Well, here's a taste. Straight from the studio, known for the ghetto bass. Made to invite those sitting down to get up and dance all night.
Cause I said so, bust the move and go at the flow. It's the clan with a hype.
Yeah, JT Money. That's my dog.
So I did some quick research. As we know, they mentioned it 100 times. That's Poison Clan. That song was released in 1990. That's the year I pledged this frat. My birthday's coming up in a couple of days. 1990, I can see myself right now scrubbing the ground at the fairgrounds in Orangeburg, South Carolina, home of South Carolina State. That's classic. Tree, you get a round of applause for that one. You dropped that.
I was in 11th grade in 1990.
I think I dropped my album in 91.
These people want us to play your album.
Yeah.
Tree, that's production. I thought, sure, you...
Wait a minute.
My songs
First
are on
he said
YouTube.
I did a good job. Now you about to get on to me.
No. But that's something you kind of slipped by.
This is why I want to take naps after.
You know, Tree, you get a Game Boy because you know why? Before we started, you played Rakim, the God.
Yeah.
And he changed the game for me. Like when it comes to rap.
Yeah.
I've heard you say that. I'm trying to honor you, even though you lost the top 5.
Yeah, but Rakim, you know, before him, I used to rap like, "Hey, my name is Jeff, and I am deaf," and you know, like simple nursery rhymes. Rakim came in and he changed the game.
He changed the game.
Like, he kept flowing and flowing and flowing, and I was like, "What is this new shit?"
I couldn't think about, and you're 100% right, Jeff. I couldn't think of Ava from Abbott Elementary.
That's her name. Okay, back to the chat and thank y'all for the donations.
Thank
really
you.
Appreciate it.
For the donations. Thank you.
From Loose Neck, at 7:03 Eastern Standard Time, Doug has told on 6 people so far.
What 6 people?
I don't know, but
what's he referring to?
We know that you report on people. And I sent you something the other day about a group of girls that had an accident. I still don't agree with you reporting on everybody, but it was just real timely that they were driving around over 100 miles an hour.
I heard about that. I haven't seen the video.
So what now I get it. So
I don't want to see that.
He's referring to my
Drop a dime. Doug drops dimes, or drop a dime, Doug, whatever they called you.
Right. He's talking about when I said that I'm gonna start calling the police on these people that drive 100 plus miles per hour on the speedway, in particular motorcycle riders. Yeah, I'm telling on everybody. Somebody passed me yesterday in one of them Hellcats going about 150.
And you did what? And you were driving, right?
You remember the old school rotary phones? I did this in the car, and I called the police on their ass.
From Marvin.
Yeah, he's coming on one of those Hellcats. Come about 10 miles up ahead of I-85. You don't see him. He'll be right by you. He'll be coming right by you.
That's so lame. From Marvin Childs. This should be a good top 5. No, Ryan. Except he is here. He is here. Which brings me to this chat. Let me find that. Somebody said this. Let's see. They found Maurice Bird. Not calling any names, but how can someone not show up for work but always all up in the chat, all in the video, all on the song? Right. Where they do that at? Right. Here at SME.
Yeah, Ryan's on vacation. He's actually in Moco. They left Memphis and they headed to Moco to see Mama Stu. And yeah, he chimes in. I guess that's his daily contribution. Yeah.
I want to ask you both a question. Do you remember when, or Tree, were you there when Ryan and Doug fought in the studio?
No, she wasn't
on the air.
No, my husband came home very excited. Anything about them, it was reported to me.
Well, let me clear the record. We weren't fighting. We were just joshing around. We just wrestling.
It looked real to me. I don't like watching it.
Yeah, he tried to grandstand. He tried to grandstand with Jazzy. You know how Ryan is a grandstander. He tried to grandstand with Jazzy. I said something to Jazzy, tongue in cheek, and he was like, "Don't talk to Jazzy like that." Jazzy was the entertainment reporter. I was like, "Man, what the fuck are you talking to?"
He's still.
I raised you.
Oh, at least he's consistent.
Yeah, I was like,
that was an epic episode because they were live on the air, and you heard Mike sitting rumbling in the studio, like. You know,
he snuck me. He snuck me.
Did y'all get a talking to after that?
Nah, that was great radio. That was radio history. I think they liked that. That probably got us a lot of new listeners.
From Julius 35C, they need to get rid of the rule of if a player fumbles the football in the end zone out of bounds, it's a turnover.
I actually understand that. Like you cross the goal, when you're across the goal line, if the ball gets knocked out of your hand and goes out of the back, or not the back of the end zone, like the sidelines where it's out of bounds, I'm okay with that. Maybe he's talking about something different.
From Julius 35C, 15-year probation. You knew Thug couldn't help himself.
Wow.
That internet, he wasn't thinking. He was not thinking that this doesn't align with the behavior that you've been instructed to adhere to.
And I mean, I don't know anything about his personal life, but these young people today, they have a gummy or two every morning. So he might not even been in his right mind to even remember that he's on probation. You know?
You're right. What do you think about those vapes? The kids?
Right. I was about to say either the vape thingy, which a lot of these kids are addicted to. What's the thing in the big glass thing in the club?
Oh, hookah. I tried that like about 3 weeks ago. Like to kill me.
So they got gummies, hookah, old school reefer, brownies. Like he could have easily not been in his right mind and made that post.
I got to tell you about this one, man. The first time I ever experienced getting high, because I've never gotten high in my life.
Right.
Until about 2 years ago at Luke's birthday party.
Luke again.
Yeah, because there was this random white guy with dreads, and he gave me a gummy bear. And for some stupid reason,
don't be taking nothing from the Blancos.
Yeah,
they be spraying that stuff.
Oh yeah, I've had a real
one of my exes from high school. He is DEAD.
Wow.
Because somebody sprayed some shit on it.
Yeah, I had a real bad experience with one of them damn brownies, man. It's just.
Yeah.
I've had a real bad experience with one of those brownie thingies. All right, next one, Truth. I don't even want to get back into this. It's hurtful. It's hurtful.
I'm just saying. I thought I was about to have a heart attack.
Yeah.
And
Oh my God! I wish Arlie could tell her story. Okay, I'm not gonna.
Everything was funny after that. I couldn't stop laughing. I could not stop laughing.
From Calvin, aka Big Jeff, thank you so much for your donation. Doug, Jeff, what's your women's Final Four predictions? The man's paid for your take.
Yeah, I'm all for University of South Carolina easily. Let's go Gamecocks. Dawn Staley in the Gamecocks.
I'm with the Gamecocks as well, but I don't know. Connecticut is really strong. I don't know.
Jeff, I talked about. Go ahead, Tree. Go ahead.
No,
Tree.
you go.
No, I was gonna say we talked about it in the last show where I feel like Dawn Staley is primed to be the first female head coach in the NBA. We had a little discussion about that the other day, and I really think that's gonna happen, especially if she wins another title this year. Especially.
It feels like it was more exciting last year. Like I don't feel like there's.
You talking about the Caitlin Clark senior year?
I
probably.
See.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Okay, from Microwave, send me some more music, please, today. So Doug, what they're going to do is ban offensive players from pushing their teammates forward, like a wide receiver downfield getting stopped at the 4 and the lineman comes and pushing him in the end zone.
So Doug, what they're going to do is ban offensive players from pushing their teammates forward.
Is that accurate?
Yeah, I don't really even understand what he's trying to say here. Shouts out to your Microwave, but I'm kind of confused at the post.
No, I know exactly what he means.
We were talking about it obviously has something to do with the Tush push conversation. Yeah. But I didn't understand.
What does he mean, Jeff?
Well, if you catch the ball at the 5-yard line and you're trying to struggle to get into the end zone, I've seen offensive linemen come or running backs or whatever, just push the pile.
Yeah, just push the pile.
It happens. They end up in the end zone. That's a touchdown.
Yeah.
Because they didn't get him on the ground. They can't outlaw that.
Yeah,
that's part of the game.
You wouldn't think they can outlaw it.
From Till Dog 12.
Hold on, stop 1 second. You wouldn't think they would outlaw it, but you remember that you used to be able to push the. We used to call it chuck. You used to be able to chuck the wide receiver. Defensive backs used to be able to chuck the wide receiver, hit him off the line, and now, and really they used to do that the whole way down the field. Now you can only do it within the first 5 yards.
Yeah.
So they change rules, substantial rules in the NFL periodically. Don't act like that's new. All right, Tree, go ahead.
From Till Dog 12, I feel for Tree when dealing with this top 5 stuff. Yes. I mean, Jeff, you were a nice break. I don't know if you are having side conversations. I'm a little surprised at you, but you were still less stress. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Have you enjoyed your time here?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we appreciate this, folks. We appreciate this, bro.
From Julius 35C, Black people are the only reason other immigrant groups can come here. Talking about how we don't care what you do. We don't care what laws or whatever. From FM, our history can't be wiped out without our consent. We have to teach our kids the real history anyway. That's true.
Yeah.
When Kayla was little, she went to Cathedral and we got called into the office because they were doing pilgrim stuff. And she was like, my daddy said that the pilgrims put poison on the blanket.
Your daughter went to a Catholic school?
She went to no, it was a church school.
Oh, okay.
People from Atlanta remember Cathedral, the Polks, and they didn't like that. And she's still been running her mouth ever since. From Randomly Designed,
like a modern day Sister Soldier y'all raised over there, huh? I love it.
Taking back all our shea butter and apple cider vinegar with reference to them trying to delete us. We're taking all our stuff back. Until Dog said, and them Latinos gonna really miss us. J-Lo better find a new tribe. J-Lo ain't loyal.
J-Lo be playing both sides of the fence.
She not loyal with her non-singing ass.
One day she screwing Puffy, then the next day Ben Affleck. She married to Ben Affleck.
She ran that ninja dry.
You need to make up your mind, woman. All right, next one, Tree.
Jungle Brother, Africa got 1,800 miles of coastal territory. Send me there and grant me an acre.
Give me an
Yes.
acre of
Put me
land.
by the beach.
Yeah.
I'll take
so
it.
that's a trip that we plan to do with the travel agency as well. Is back to the motherland. So stay tuned for that. I know we've been making promises for weeks.
My face. I'm sorry.
We are trying to get everything in place correctly, and then we're going to start, telling you our plans and what we're going to do as a show and as a listenership. We're going to have a lot of fun. Just know that. Just know that.
Working on my facial. Now, this man used to be my next door neighbor.
Jerry Stackhouse?
Yes. We lived in Rex. His brother, first of all, he takes care of his family.
Where's Rex? Where's Rex, Georgia? I've heard of it. Where's that at?
675 exit.
Where's 675? Where's 675?
Oh my God.
I'm serious.
Jeff, take this man somewhere. 675 is off. It's a 285. You're coming from Decatur, and you can, instead of going down 75, you get on 675 to go to Stockbridge. Eagles Landing.
Okay.
So we lived in Rex. Jerry, his brothers, they lived in the one brother was our neighbor. The other brother was down the street. I was really good friends with his wife, and he took good care. Like, they had an American Express card that they all. But this is regarding the fighting, and I agree. That lady had a lot of kids. Do you know him? Do you know his family background? Jerry Stackhouse?
No.
Yes. And his mom was tall and big, just like him. They had big feet, and this was a thug right here. Sorry.
Jerry Stackhouse, he's the bruz. First of all, he's no thug. He's the bruz. Jerry Stackhouse, it was a big thing. I remember when Jerry Stackhouse came out of high school, his name coming out of high school, Elton Brand's name coming out of high school, they were big names when they got to college basketball. Great guy. He was actually at Sundresses last year too, under our tent. Yeah.
Well, this is in reference to this meme right here that he should have been on this list.
Oh, gotcha.
From Loose Necks, he's still trying to understand how someone let King Harris skeet off in her.
Yeah, Jeff, you said you haven't really been keeping up with the King saga.
Nah.
King
but
been
that's
wild.
a cute baby.
King been wilding over the last couple of years.
And
I heard
100% a cute baby. Now, listen, I don't want anybody going back and telling King and him Pappy that we were talking about them in a negative way. No,
we don't need Clifford up here.
My whole point in showing that meme was on how much that kid looks like Tiny.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even think about the whole AI aspect that maybe that might not even be a real picture, but I think it is.
I think so too.
Yeah.
All right, we're about to wrap it up here. From June B77, which Doug already said thank you, but let's thank him again. I think Ryan will be suing for these shirts.
Possibly.
He's talking about
why
would he be suing?
I don't know.
Because he's Ryan. From Jungle Brother, I worked at McDonald's in 1985. We was cracking eggs in the morning and using for real, real eggs.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We talked about the breakfast.
You don't remember
and how good it was.
You don't remember the Egg McMuffin?
That breakfast used to be bussing down. It was very good back in the day. Like, you leave church and go there.
That was my first job at McDonald's. I talk about it all the time. And it was a great company. You work for McDonald's, they put some respect in your name back then. Now, you go through the drive-thru, these goddamn kids don't even say hi, how you doing? I mean, it's just.
Well, the Chick-fil-A people still say, my pleasure.
Chick-fil-A got
another level.
Yeah, they on another level. Right.
You can't even work there if your grades are crap. Like, they do all kinds of checks for you to even get in the door there.
You know how many times I've gone through the drive-thru in the last couple of years at McDonald's, and whoever the person is in the window would just hand me my bag, not even make eye contact with me, much less say, how's your day going, or thank you for coming to McDonald's?
Well, we shouldn't eat it anymore. It's not the same. Even though he was using real eggs and meat, they don't anymore.
Yeah, we were cracking eggs. That's an absolute true statement. When I worked at McDonald's, we were cracking eggs for their breakfast.
From till Dog 12. I think McDonald's innocence went away after Ronald McDonald started scaring the shit.
That's the second time I heard that. When did Ronald McDonald start scaring people?
I don't know.
Well, I think they put a lot. There was a lot. And Doug, I seem to recall we're really not allowed to talk about clowns because you have a situation.
I'm not scared of clowns, but they're creepy. When they come together and do clown stuff, they're creepy.
When they come together.
Right? Like putting 50 clowns in the backseat of a Volkswagen is creepy. Do you not find that creepy?
And what mimes? Remember the mime at Impact? You had a shit. You were going off about
I hate the mimes at church. The mimes should not be performing at church. And I mean, it's like a trend now with these mimes, performing at the Sunday morning service.
Oh,
do they got mimes at your church, Jeff?
I don't even know what that is.
Doug was furious about the mime at the pregame experience. We need to talk about this.
Yeah,
okay, from Black Diamond. I remember McDonald's used to have birthday parties too. Yes, you can still get them cakes. Apparently, you can go through the drive-thru and get.
They still sell
cake.
the cakes?
Yes.
Wow.
I haven't had one. I make my own cake, but from Till Dog 12, Dolores Tucker wanted the West Coast rappers done. Tipper Gore wanted rock and rap music gone.
You know what, man? When you grow and you mature, you see things different, obviously. Just like I talked about Bill Campbell, how I hated how he tried to shut down Freaknik. He did shut down Freaknik. In my age now, I get it. It was too much.
Yeah.
Maybe we should give a little bit more love and respect to Dolores C. Tucker and that West Coast rap. I mean, that West Coast rap really, really started something with a long-lasting negative effect, man.
We don't have the space for it, but they claim a lot of rappers work for the CIA and that the plan is to do just what you just said. But I know you don't like conspiracy trees.
All of the positive hip-hop from the 80s, they don't get airplay. I mean, somehow they magically don't get airplay, really.
Well, Deanna, who doesn't say, she don't say a lot, but when the song came on, she said, "That's my song." Oh, yeah. Booty shake music.
Classic.
Will turn the most classic female into something else. From Julius 35. Oh no, we just said that. Want to remind everybody and Arlie, we need this shirt. Drop a dime, Doug.
Drop a dime, Doug. I'm fine with that. I'll be that. What group? What song was that?
Red Method Man.
I'll be that. One of the man's country. I'll be that.
Yes, from Jungle Brothers.
Doug.
Doug's final words were, "Turn that damn camera off for fighting on live TV." What's calling me?
Yeah. Weren't y'all gonna whoop Paul Pierce's ass? Was it Paul Pierce?
Yeah.
Playing pool.
Yeah, playing pool in Vegas. All-Star game in Las Vegas. He was talking all out the side of his neck to us, like we some bitches or something. Like, nigga, you crazy?
Oh my God. Another poodle. The music. Tree, she had a grown woman pull over to type this after dropping it in the parking lot, listening to the Poison Clan. That's right.
What's up.
Oh man. You talk about party starters from back in the day and it had their own theme around it. That Poison Clan scrubbed the ground. And also
I wanna rock.
Yeah, that was classic too. But I'm talking about another one. Engine on the New York Transit line. When the train jumps off the track, pick it up. Oh man, I can see myself right now. Black Sheep. Yeah.
RC, I had a bad experience with Mary Jane back in 1994. Never touched it since. It does. The thing is, I don't want to lose whole days the next day. Yeah.
My experience, I lost a whole 24 hours. I slept the whole 24 hours.
It's too much.
I'm not going to get into it because it's too traumatic.
My daughters love it. They live for it.
Oh yeah, they sell it in not grocery stores. They sell it in convenience stores. The gummies.
Yeah. I'll never forget that shit.
Loose Neck says he gets his gummies from the Georgia Hemp Company, thanks to Ryan.
Yeah.
And lastly, Arlen Michelle, the public perception of Ronald McDonald shifted to being seen as scary due to the creepy clown phenomenon that emerged in 2016, leading McDonald's to limit his public appearances. So she must have pulled this. But yeah, it's like you said, they're cross-referencing.
Do y'all remember the cable classic Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Y'all remember the Killer Clowns from Outer Space? I think they did like 2 or 3. They did a couple sequels. Look up the Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And the lead clown is just terrifying. and the next show, Tree, I request that you find a graphic of this Killer Clown leader that I'm talking about.
The leader. Yes, sir.
Just terrifying.
All right, end it. Thanks. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Tree. Jeff, go ahead and give a shout out one more time where people can hear and find your show.
No doubt, man. Check out the Jeff Fox Show with Jenny J. Jones and Fitz Davis. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on YouTube Live. The Jeff Fox Show Live and Remix Sports Media on YouTube. All right, so that's where we're at. And check out the website, remixsportsmedia.com. remixsportsmedia.com.
Hey, Jeff, grab a pencil. Everybody watching right now, grab a pencil or pull out your little notepad from your phone. Everything you just said, say it one more time.
Once again, it's the Jeff Fox Show Live on YouTube. All right, with Jeff Fox, Jenny Jones, and Fitz Davis. We're on 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. And on Remix Sports Media on the YouTube channel, Remix Sports Media at 11 a.m. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And check out the website, remixsportsmedia.com.
That's what's up. All right, so me and Ryan will be back Monday. Thank you, Jeff. Once again, me and Ryan will be back Monday, 7 a.m. live Eastern time, right here on 2LiveStudiosYouTube.com. 2 LiveStudiosYouTube.com. Hit the share button for us. Yeah, before y'all get out of there, just hit the share button. That means a lot. That helps us a lot. All right, y'all have a great weekend. See you Monday. Peace.